This is a follow-up video to one that I did this time last year where I was suffering from shin splints, and I started investigating into some ways of getting through that. I'm glad to say that pain has gone away now, and mostly it was down to just being new to skating, so I'd worked my way through it, and after a while of skating the pain went away. I kind of had to just do one skate session and then wait for a week before I skated again, and the pain went down a bit, and I skated again, got the pain again, and just kept doing that on and off for a few weeks. I mean, it probably ended up being a few months in all, but as the pain subsided I felt like I could skate again, so I started skating. The pain came back, it went away, so really it was a case of easing into skating and not doing too much too soon, which is actually what people say about shin splints. It's a sign of doing too much too soon. Runners get it when they go for a run without doing training and stretches and all that beforehand, or starting to do big runs before doing the small ones. So it's that classic case of walking before you can run. So yeah, the pain has gone away now. Some of the things that I mentioned in the video that I was investigating, I'll just follow up on now. One of them was to try some insoles in my shoes. I'd bought some insoles, these Dr. Scholl Gel, can't remember what the actual name of them is, but they're gel insoles. They have a kind of hard plastic bit here, the rest is gel, and I'll link to the previous video that's kind of kicked all this off in the description so that you can watch that if you haven't seen it already and you want to know what these are, because I take them out of the packet and I tell you the name and everything. So there was these, and I also bought some footprint insoles, these ones which are made for skating. As you can see, I've still got them. I'll tell you how I got on with those. What I also mentioned in the video was that I'd got this pair of Vans half cabs, and as you can see they're still in pretty good condition for a year later. What I thought I was going to do, I thought I was going to skate in them at some point, and I still haven't yet, because despite them saying on the inside, and I said in this original video in the description down there, these say professional skateboard shoe in the tongue there, but they're not actually Vans Pros. These are just the regular ones, and I didn't know at the time because I hadn't really done the research. They are just regular Vans half cabs, not Vans Pros, which are the ones designed for skating. And so the insoles are generic Vans insoles, which they're pretty terrible. There's nothing there, and after wearing these as they are, and anybody that's bought non-Vans Pros might feel the same thing, if you wear them all day the bottom of your feet really hurt. It's like I don't know, walking in it reminds me of what it was like wearing Converse All-Stars. They're just so uncomfortable. The soles are so thin that after a while your feet really hurt. There's no compression or support there. And I don't really blame the design, because the design is ancient. It's like 1960s, 70s design, the classic waffle sole. And these days we've got far more used to really squishy supporting insoles and soles in general. You know, if you look at any running shoe, the foam in them is really supportive. So I was only wearing these occasionally, but I did put the Scholl insoles inside, and they made a massive difference. So if you've got Vans, regular Vans, non-pros, and they hurt your feet, get some gel insoles. They make a huge difference. So I was wearing the gel ones. I also put these footprint insoles in as well. I noted in my last video, these were the thinner ones, the 5mm ones, so they didn't seem like they were going to make a massive difference, and they feel quite hard, as I said in that video. However, what is good about the footprint insoles is when they get warm they become really squishy. I think it's part of the characteristics, and even in the instructions on the website they say you can mold them to the shape of your feet by putting them in the microwave or in the oven for a very short amount of time just to get them warm, and then you can start walking in them and they'll slightly shape to your feet. I felt that I didn't need to do that and after I'd worn them for about half an hour, they were warm enough that they became really squishy. So again, they were a perfect match in these non-pro Vans, and they made a massive difference. But that's just the comfort side of things. It's not the shin splint situation as far as I could tell. So insoles didn't really, as far as I could tell, help with the shin splint situation. They just made these what would be normally quite uncomfortable Vans into very comfortable Vans. So I still wear these Vans, but I wear them as just regular shoes and I don't skate in them, and that's why they are not battered. I wore them once for skating and thought I didn't really want to ruin them, but I've had them a year now, so that's pretty good going. Maybe they deserve to be ruined now I've had them for a year, but they were a gift, so I'll keep wearing them as they are. Something else that I mentioned in the other video was a different pair of shoes entirely, which was these Skechers, because the soles on them are foam soles, very squashy, and they're just so soft it's ridiculous. Inside the insole and the sole itself, the impact protection is crazy. So people really like these, especially old people, as I said in the previous video, for walking and just general day wear, and they're great for that. But these ones are no good for skating in because they're very thin, and they might be alright for street skating, but no good for me because I skate bowls and ramps, and when I bail, usually I bail onto my knees, onto my knee pads, and I do knee slides, and the toes of my shoes get battered from knee slides, so these were no good. And I did mention that I'd ordered some other shoes that were Skechers that I was going to try skating in instead. So that brings me on to these. They're a bit more skate shoe style. They've got the Skechers foam, they've got gel foam insoles, and actually they're leather, so that the toe protection is better. But I haven't skated in them much really because they feel a little bit bulky. I think just the outside, how wide they are compared to my foot itself, I feel a little bit disconnected from my board in a strange way. A bit like if you're wearing a pair of shoes that are too big for you. These are very slightly too big for me. I think I bought, these are a size 9, I'm a size 9, but they're big for a 9, and so it might be that even. I might still try skating in them because I have another issue which requires some comfy shoes, so I'll talk about that afterwards. Yeah, those were kind of on hold, but still not a bad idea for skating, I think, at the moment. So, more, to be continued as far as those Skechers are concerned. What I'd also done, I spotted in a sale in one of the London skate shops, and I didn't even know these existed, but these are Footprint shoes. So Footprint, the insole company, makes shoes, and I thought, wow, if the insoles are good, then the shoes have got to be pretty good as well. And apparently inside the sole, and I don't know for sure, but inside there is, they report, filled with non-Newtonian fluid. And really what that is, I think it's, or what I can liken it to, is when you're a kid and you make that goo out of corn flour, and it's all runny, gooey stuff, and if you impact it hard, like punch it, it goes hard, like more like a jelly. And I think that's what they're saying is inside here. So what they're kind of designed is to, when they take the impact, the gel inside the sole stiffens up. So all the time you're walking, it's quite squishy, but when it takes an impact, it stiffens up and absorbs that impact. That's what I think they're supposed to do. Correct me if I'm completely wrong, but I think that's what they're supposed to do. But these, I think these are an early release. I don't even know if they're still available now. They didn't feel fantastic. They didn't feel particularly any better than regular skate shoes to me. Certainly not as squashy as the Skechers, and only marginally better than perhaps the Vans with insoles in, but they're nice shoes. I like to wear them. They've got some good toe protection, if you can see that very well. They've got some scuff protection there, but I don't really skate in them, and it's for the same reason that I'm going to burn through that toe in no time if I'm knee sliding. So I've worn them for riding my board to the shops and things like that, but not for proper skating. And I also find the heel section here is a bit shallow, so my heel feels quite exposed and almost like it's going to fall out. It's just the design of the shoe. But what these came with inside is an even thinner version of the footprint insole. So these are like 3-4 millimeter and completely flexible, but made out of the same kind of foam, but it's way more flexible than the 5 millimeter ones that I bought. These ones, as you can see, these are quite a bit more rigid. So I ended up putting these inside these shoes, and actually look at the label, it matches the color as well. So anyway, so there's some pretty good shoes. I quite like them. Call that a mini review if you like. The construction's really nice. The toe protection's quite good. It's just like a painted on glue around the toe. And they're suede. They're real suede, and so they feel really tough, and like they would actually last quite well if you're a street skater. They are probably a good shoe for you. So that's the footprint shoes. And just while I was talking about the Vans half cabs, I did end up buying some half cab pros. These are bright green. These are the Ray Barbie limited edition ones, but they are pros. They've got the ultra cush insoles in them, and they are a million times better than these regular non-pro Vans. So anyone that's going to buy Vans half cabs, buy pros. I've since learned that it's easier to tell which are real pros when they have a red label there. That stripe, that red stripe says pro, and they are proper Vans pros, and I would gladly skate in these. I don't want to kill them yet because they're really nice, so I'm pretty much wearing these as regular shoes, just like I ended up doing with these. Too scared to skate in any of my shoes, obviously. They are super comfortable and I really like them. So Vans half cab pros are great, and I would gladly skate in them. I have actually bought a second pair of these now to tuck away because they were limited edition. I might buy some regular black ones like this to skate in at some point. But as you can tell, I've got a lot of shoes already. And I'll be doing some more shoe reviews coming up, because none of these shoes are my regular skate shoes at the moment. I've got some others that I skate in, and I'll be doing a proper review of them. In fact, I'll show you them now, just so that you can see what they are. So 1 second, I'll go and grab them. So what I have actually been skating in are these. These are Adidas, however you like to say it, Superstars. They look like regular Superstars. They've just got a white toe and the rest is black with a nice suede back on there. But they're actually Adidas Skateboarding, so they're the skate version of the Superstars. They are the Vulc ones, vulcanized soles, which is supposed to mean they're a lot more flexible and don't need breaking in. And I've actually been skating in these for exactly a year, and what's made them great for me is those bright blue insoles. So I'm going to do a proper review. I'm not going to tell you any more at the moment. I'll do a proper walkthrough of these and those bright blue insoles and tell you what those are about in the next video. So thanks for watching so far. I just thought I'd better post up a follow-up to the original video, because I'd left it kind of open-ended, and wanted to just tell you that if you're getting shin splints like I was getting, just persevere, don't overdo it. So it's a good sign to tell you to stop. So just skate like once a week, but don't stop. Just once a week, keep going, power through, and they'll go away. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you found that slightly interesting and at least a resolution to my previous video. Don't forget to check out the next video where I review these Superstars, and I'll also be reviewing some more that I've been skating in. So if you do want to see those videos, subscribe and click the little bell icon. That notification thing will tell you when the next video is uploaded. And obviously keep an eye out for any of my actual skating videos I'm posting up. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again soon. Cheers!